right, welcome back, everyone. I am Brian, and you are Chords and Notes Nation. Thank you so much for joining me, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. We have another versus reaction today. This is brought to you by my patron, Phil. Phil, thank you so much for bringing this to the forefront because we have two amazing bands, one of which I know, the other I don't know, but you told me a little bit about. So it sounds like they've done some pretty awesome things musically and have a pretty good following as well. So we have the Reo Brothers and the Analogues. They are facing off today in this versus reaction, covering the song Revolution by the Beatles. I think we all know that song, and I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see how this goes. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget there will be a poll posted after this video is published so that you can vote and let me know who you thought did a better job covering this amazing song. Here we go. We're starting with the Reo Brothers. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, what else we got? Some extra? All right, song's over. So, yeah, Oh, this band. They are so good. They are so good, so good, so good. They are so precise in the way that they cover the bands that they cover, especially the Beatles. They're huge Beatles fans. And it's almost sonically no difference. Okay, so maybe we're in the digital age rather than the analog age, but they are able to replicate the sound really, 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 really good. I loved the piano playing in this one. That was so much fun. All right, so before I continue on with that and just get wrapped up in the Reo Brothers, let's see what the analogs have. It looks like this is a live on stage performance rather than a live in studio performance, but that's all right because this was live anyways. But let's see what they've got. This is my first exposure to this band. Nice. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I know I should, but I don't want the extras right now. I just want to look at something here. It says here the Analogues were a Dutch tribute act. dedicated to recreating the music of the Beatles. Founded in 2014, their goal was to perform the Beatles' music from the band's later studio years live using analog and period accurate instrumentation. Oh, and it certainly sounded like that, didn't it? It really, really did. Um, I didn't. I don't know if I noticed. Okay, so this is where the live in studio versus the live in concert recording's gonna. It's where it's a little uneven because it was difficult for me uh to discern. Now, the Reo brothers had the sound, but I don't know if it was truly analog sound. It could have been, probably was. Who knows? But the analogs, it sounded more musically accurate to the Beatles. Um, so I, boy, it's tough for me on this one. Maybe a slight edge to the analogs on that. As far as vocals are concerned, I gotta give it to the Reo brothers because they do. To me, they sounded more like the Beatles' vocals than the Analogues did. The Analogues had their own sort of, and it's interesting, right? So you got Dutch and Filipino, neither of which are English, neither of which speak English as their native language. So you're going to have this. Uh, they're they're not going to naturally sound like the original recording artist that way, but the Filipinos, the Reo brothers, um, damn man, they are just so good vocally as far as being accurate. I mean, I've listened to them cover so many America, Beatles, who else? The Bee Gees. Who else was it? Oh, the Eagles. And I'm not saying like every band that they cover, they sound vocally like that band, but they're just so good at sounding like the Beatles vocally. I think that's their main bread and butter there. Um, this one is a tight race. This is neck and neck. This is, I mean, wow. I don't know if I can make a definitive choice as to who covered it better. I think they both did a phenomenal job at covering that song. I think, like I said, the slight edge in sound as far as the instruments. I think that's going to go to the analogs, but the vocals is going to go to the Reo brothers. And for me, I think the vocals are going to be the deciding factor that way because we're talking about a cover. Neither of these bands did this as so you can go two ways with the cover. It could be a pure tribute where you're recreating the original, or it can be a transformative experience where you're taking the spirit of the original and you're morphing it into something different. Neither of them did that. This was a pure tribute, and in a pure tribute, what I look for is accuracy. And again, I've stated it twice. You have one that was a little bit more sonically accurate, and then you have another that is a little bit more vocally accurate, and that still makes it neck and neck. So now it comes down to personal preference, and I think just because of the vocals, but it is a very, very, very small margin that I'm going to give to the Reo brothers on this one. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it, or reading, I should say. So definitely in the comments below. Keep it keep it civil. No insults. That is something that I've had to read and watch and try and mitigate. There are certain fan bases that are very, very uh, passionate about their bands, and they can become a little bit insulting and belligerent. And that's not the spirit of what we're doing these versus reactions for. It's exposing different artists from different parts of the world who are playing the same song, covering the same song, And we're not deciding who's the better band. We're just deciding who covered this song better. So that's all it comes down to. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. God bless you. Jesus loves you. And I will talk to you in the next video.